Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all you cool cats and kittens. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I've watched way too much Tiger King this weekend. But no, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all accounting, finance, and FP&A superstars across the globe. This is Chris Ortega, CEO of Fresh FP&A, and I'm here for your Monday Fresh FP&A tip and trick of the week. Before we get started, though, let's just all take a moment and say, spring is officially here. Yes, I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. Hopefully we bypass this winter weather. We start seeing this warmer weather. We start seeing, leaves back on, kids outside. I'm really, really looking forward to the spring, and I hope you are too. But let's get into this week's FP&A tip and trick of the week. So a lot of times, right, you look at FP&A and we're like in the data, we look in the data analysis, we look at the trends, we look at the numbers, we look at all these different things. But I think one of the most important skill sets that FP&A needs to have is communicating complexity into clear and concise conclusions. I know that's a lot to handle, right? And honestly, I had to slow down because if I tried to go fast, I would have been saying that and messed that up. But that's so important, right? Think about all the complexity that you have in your business, right? I come from mostly a SaaS entrepreneur, high growth background, and you talk about complexity in all different areas, marketing, looking at, lead generation, ROI, branding, sales, looking at pipeline, CAC, customer retention rates, finance, looking at revenue retention rates, cash burn. You look at a metric, there's a metrics to multiply it and divide it and subtract it in every level of the business. So for us, I want to give you a framework that you can use in how you communicate that complexity into clear and concise conclusions. So the first piece of the framework that I want to give you is you have to know your audience. This is so important. And this is typically where a lot of accounting, finance, and FP&A superstars fail because you don't know your audience. You may be sitting across from a VP of sales and you're trying to relate how you just lost, why your customer acquisition cost is going up so much, and you're spitting formulas to them and telling them what the percentages were. Guys, you have to know your audience of who you're communicating. The second thing that you need to know is you need to identify the business root cause. Let me say that again. You need to identify the business root cause, not the financial root cause. A lot of different times it's the classic budget and variance, right? When you're looking at a change month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, you typically want to go and say, well, these are the financial elements that drove that change, but really get to the core of what's driving the change in the business. What's driving that customer to leave? What was driving that customer to sign on for a multi-year agreement? Get to the business root cause, not the financial root cause. The third thing that you want to do is develop 1 to 4 hypotheses that you want to get with your business partner to troubleshoot on. So again, know your audience, know their language, know what the arena that they're in, develop those business root cause, and then come with those hypotheses to that business partner to test and validate. You may want to say, hey, look, based on looking at the data, based on talking and knowing the line of business, this is what I think the 1 to 3 elements that could be the business drivers of this change. And then the final piece of that puzzle that you want to do is you want to deliver that communication in the language that the business is going to understand. Guys, once you start with the reason why this variance is month over month increasing is because there were significant changes. Once you start losing that, all the business partner hears is meow, 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 meow. You got to know their language, guys. You have to be in the trenches with them. So to me, that's a good 4-step approach in terms of communicating to complexity into clear and concise conclusions. So my challenge for you this week, find that opportunity. Find that opportunity to lean into complexity, lean into a hypothesis that you've always been looking at for a specific line of business, and you want to drive down that clear and concise communication to that business partner. Find those opportunities this week, and make sure, if you haven't already, post, like, share, follow us all on all of our socials at Fresh FPA on all of our social Facebooks, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the others that come with it. Guys, I hope you have a good week. We're about to wrap up Q1. I think this is the end of Q1 at the end of this week. Finish strong, and always remember, keep pushing, never settle, and the best is yet to come. Let's get it.